Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to talk about the 10 tips that will help you get admitted into university through colleges and will also help you get scholarship. I'm going to share with you through my experience. I'm currently doing my second master's here in the US. I have wealth of experience. I've used my experience to apply for bachelor's, master's, and hopefully I'm going to progress to my PhD. So it's going to be out of experience, it's going to be personal experience, research, interviews from other admission officers, and also reviews from my fellow students. So it's going to be rich. So excited you're here with me today. My name is Sheila Atieno Van de Graaf. I am, as I've shared, I'm here currently doing my second master's in international development. I also run a non-profit organization, so I've been sharing. This is a channel that shares with you opportunities, personal growth, career growth, educational growth, leadership, scholarship, just opportunities in general. So you're in the right place. I know some of you have come here because they just want to know more about college application. You're welcome. Some of you are applying, or some of your children are applying, or your relatives are applying, or you're thinking about going back to school, or if you are in your high school and thinking about going to college. This is the right place for you because I'm going to be sharing across board. And as I shared earlier, I'm always available. Hit the comment and just reach out if you have any problem. If you want to know more about the information I'm going to share, if you want to know about the experience, college experience, opportunities, and all that, please reach out, okay? A lot of you have requested for this video, and this is maybe majorly because of the video I did last week video about the checklist, university checklist. So if you haven't checked on that, I'll put the link up here and also on the comments. You can read more about it. And a lot of you wanted to know what are the tips, because college application is not an easy thing. It's time consuming. You use a lot of money, it's a lot of writing and a lot of everything. So I thought twice, especially when I got those comments and when I got people asking me, what should I do? Where should I start from? What's the way forward? How can I engage and all that? So today I'm going to be sharing the 10 tips. So if you have a pen and paper, this is the time you need to start writing. If you have your tablets, your pen, wherever, just go for it, because what I always give is well-researched data. I don't play around with what I take out there because I consider myself as a leader, and I am here because some people held my hands, and I'm just doing this as a way forward, giving back to the society. I do this for free, I don't charge, and out of that, if you like my content and you think this is a useful content, please subscribe to my channel so that many people can get to see this opportunity. It can reach to as many people. It can empower as many people, and as I shared, it's a free work I do, and I do a lot of research. It's a lot of research that I put into this, and I hope it helps you. That's the main important thing why I do this. I hope it touches just one person or two people or three people and impact as many people. So kindly subscribe if you haven't subscribed. For those who have subscribed, thank you so much. By the way, guys, I did a crazy bet with a friend of mine. I said by the end of October, I will be having 600 subscribers. So every day, she's checking on my subscriber list. And I'm so proud because it's growing. And thanks to you guys who've subscribed to my channel, because I'm going to win this bet. Whatever, we always do crazy stuff. So thank you guys for those who have subscribed and those who find my content valuable. Those who haven't, please subscribe again. Like, comment, share, and reach out on my email. I always respond to your questions. I always respond to your comments, because out of your comments, out of the questions, that's when you get to know what to share further. So a lot of talking. So before I go to the tips, I always start most of the time with some bonus to share with you so that you can make the process of application easy. And one of the things that I always say that that helped me a lot is that one, you have to, when you are doing your application, you always want to start by doing an exercise. What you want the university to know about you, everything you want the university to know about you. So this is a cool exercise. You write down, you can take an afternoon or an hour and write down everything you want the university to know about you, either maybe your academic excellence, your extracurricular, your sport, everything. Because why this activity is very important, it's going to help you in writing your essays, because the essays are coming. I'm going to talk about it in the tips. But when you write it all down, take time and ask your friends, what do you think I should include? You know, your family members, what do you think I should include? And this activity will help you a lot, okay? The other thing that I request you to do is use some application like collegeexpress.com. Collegeexpress.com is very, very important. It will help you analyze the universities in your major field. Maybe you are interested in engineering. You'll just go in, register, it's free. Register into collegeexpress.com and you type in, maybe you want to know best university in engineering, you know, best colleges in engineering. Express.com will help you that. It has over 7 billion scholarships. So it will also help you identify some of the scholarship. It will also help you go and read blogs, essays, and reviews of other students from collegeexpress.com. It has reviews. It has a lot of opportunities that will just, you know, it helps you explore different universities. I've shared that, get information from different experts, you know, scholarship. It's a wonderful platform. They've not paid for this. They've not paid me to share with them. But as I shared with you, my channel is always about sharing opportunities that will help your work, help you improve, impact, and help you grow as a person. So take advantage of those take advantage of those opportunities. The other thing that I would encourage you to use is use an app called Common App. This is also will help you in your application. But at the same time, if you watched my my previous video on the various checklists, I mentioned that some other apps. Common App helps you in your application if you want to do transfer, if you can't create an account within the university that you want to do your applications on, among other things. So those are some of the bonus that are not in my 10 tips, but are very, very important. And out of research, I've seen that they've helped so many students and made work easier for many of them, especially those who are asking, which university should I apply for? Which one does come with you know, tuition scholarship? All those questions, some of those apps will help you in. Another thing which is worth noting is that many of these universities will always give you a level of scholarship. So if you don't apply, you're lost. If you apply, some of them will automatically give you scholarship opportunities. So that's why my video today is 10 tips of admission and scholarship within the university and colleges. Thank you so much. And I'm so proud that you're with me up until here. I am so excited. Please hit the subscribe button. So my tip number 1 is have a great, or also known as wow essays. Wow essays, or essays and personal statement of purpose, personal statement, whichever way they appear in your application. Make it, you know, great. Because this will make you stand out. A lot of people always think that your academic credentials, your excellence in academics, your A's will make you stand out. It's good to have those A's, but out of research, I've realized that your personal statement, your wow, your achievements, what you'll write in your essay will play a big role. And as I shared, these are tips that are from my personal experience and also from reviews and also from you know, interviewing other students and admission board. So this, tell your story. Make your story as interesting, as truthful, but as great as you can. List your achievements, list some of the things. Some of the things I would share are like, you know, if you've started an innovation, when you have such kind of things, you share, you started an innovation, how many people has that innovation impacted, you know, what motivated you. Maybe you've gotten an award, you know, you are into community empowerment. I remember when I was writing my essay and my statement of purpose, I wrote in, I'm a founder of a non-profit organization, and for sure I'm a founder of a non-profit organization that is helping, that has helped over 14,000 young people across Africa and supports the education, supports economic empowerment, supports leadership. So you put it, you tell your story and you make it as truthful, as impactful, as you know, you can account for your achievements. You know, you can also share some of the things, like maybe some people don't find it important, but it's important. Maybe you are the first person. I remember there's an awesome girl, I consider her my younger sister, you know. She's from a village back in some parts of Africa, and she's the first person from her community the first girl to ever go to the university, first of the first three to ever go to university, and now to apply for masters. So if you have such kind of things, like you are the first generation to go to university, put that in your personal statement. If you're from a single-headed family, you're from a financially challenged background, maybe your finances are low, or maybe, you know, you have so many people who are depending on your parents or yourself, and you're the key provider. Put everything, tell your story in the best way. You know, make it out there. Share with them their words. Share with them everything that you feel will make you stand out. Don't be so like, you know, I don't want to share this. I don't want to do this. This young boy, I admire his work a lot. He does but he makes bags from recycling used diapers. Wonderful. It's a wow story, because he goes to he has partnered with mothers, and they put for him used diapers, and every weekend he goes in with his volunteers, picks those diapers, and if he doesn't get enough, he goes to the dumpsters. First of all, he's solving the issue of pollution. He's making the environment clean, climate change. He's solving a lot of things, and these mothers get something at the end of the day. So they're economically empowered, and these volunteers, they also get some allowances. So such kind of story. I really don't know. Brian, wherever you are, you're doing an awesome work. So put such kind of things in your essay. Make it as wonderful. Make those admission board connect with you, because they're as human being as you are. And one thing, your essays, your personal statements, you know, whatever you put in there will give you admission and will almost automatically give you scholarship. I know that's what I am. I'm currently doing my studies, and I'm on a full tuition scholarship. Okay? So just have that at the back of your mind. Your personal statement, your essays will play a big role in your application, in your admission, and in also helping you get your scholarship. Tip number 2, your extracurricular activities. As I mentioned before, having good grades is wonderful. So we all want to be, we all want to achieve those excellent grades, have great academic achievements. But the other thing that will make you stand out is your extracurricular activity. Why is this important? Because most universities want students who are well-rounded. They want the musicians, they want the pianists, they want they want people who will contribute beyond the class, because you're going to solve world issues, real world problems. You're going to reach out to people who are diverse. So most colleges and most universities want to make their application, their students, the people they are admitting, as well-rounded as possible. So however much you're doing great achievements in class, don't forget about your extracurricular activity. I remember when I was applying, I mentioned the NGO. I mentioned that I'm also a certified lifeguard. By then, I'm a certified lifeguard and I'm a swimming instructor. So this, I always volunteer. I went ahead, I started by just, so originally I come from a place that's always flooding. I'm from Kenya, Nyanza part. So if you know people from Kano, we always have floods. And I got motivated to learn swimming and to learn lifeguards, because there was a time that every year people had to like get evacuated. And you know, I remember when I was at one time I was staying with my grandmother. We lost a lot of property, and we had to swim our way out of the house. So I thought maybe to help my community and also to just help the society, why don't I learn how to swim and also to be a lifeguard? So I'm a certified lifeguard. So I mentioned that I'm a certified lifeguard, and through my being a lifeguard, I volunteer to swimming pool areas where I have swimming pools, because most swimming pools can't afford to have lifeguards. I volunteer to, various public pools and all that, and just help the community, So through my extracurricular activity, I've managed to help quite a lot of, a big number. I've also trained so many, especially young children, teens who want to learn how to swim, and I have this, and it's through my extracurricular activity. So that can also be sports. I remember when I was traveling last year, to the US, one of my travels, I met this young lady who now become like their family is part of my family. They're just wonderful. And she was coming to the US through a sports scholarship, So your extracurricular activity will earn you scholarship, will earn you admission, and will give you more opportunities. So make sure that you write it. And one caution is, don't have so many extracurricular activity. I've seen that a lot of people have so many. They are playing piano, they're playing guitar, they're doing this and all that. It's good to have those extracurricular activity. But if you can specialize in at least 2 or 3, maybe you're learning a language, or just make sure you specialize. And when you're writing your essays, your personal statement, mention the ones that you've specialized in, because they also don't want to see you all over the space, That's tip number 2. Tip number 3, have excellent recommendation letter. What did I say? Excellent recommendation letter. Recommendation letter are key, because the admission board will read them. So don't just play around. Don't just tell anyone, please write for me application letter. Actually, before you, when you've identified the people you're going to reach out to write you an application letter, approach them and ask them, will you be in a position to write me a great application letter? So at this position, they're either going to say yes, or they will opt out. So be very specific. Don't play around with these things, So I remember when I was going to do my bachelor's, I reached out to my high school teachers, and my high school teacher too, and also spiritual leader and a coach, So you can, when you are from high school going to your bachelor's, you can reach out to your high school teacher. You can reach out to your at least 2. You can reach out to your coach if your coach if you are in sports. You can reach out to your counselor. You can reach out to your spiritual leader, the person who knows you best, okay, and has your best interest. We don't want somebody who will just write a generic recommendation letter. We want that person who will do an awesome recommendation letter. If you're applying for your master's, please reach out to your recommendation, the person who's going to recommend you, the very latest, the people you interacted with in your latest academic path and your work. So I remember when I was out doing my application for my master's, I reached out to my professors who are teaching me core subjects, and they wrote wonderful recommendation letters. Thank you so much. And I also gave out consent for them to just send directly to my university, because I was so confident with the people I reach out to. So that's why it's important to identify, the people you're going to reach out to, and to do a great recommendation letter for you. The other person I also reach out to is my work experience recommendee, and she did an awesome job. She reached out to the various universities and wrote, great work, great letters. I'm so grateful for them sparing their time to write for me such wonderful recommendation letter, because it is key. Beyond you telling all those wonderful essays, you having those wonderful extracurricular activities, they also want somebody else who can vouch for you. So make sure you take a keen interest on that as well. My fourth tip will be apply to as many universities as you can. I know this will sound strange, because I only applied to 4 universities, and out of those 4 universities, so I got admitted in all the 4 universities, and I also got scholarship in all the 4 universities. The reason being, I am in a specialized course, and I only selected best schools. There's this craziness, I need to address that. There's this craziness that, you only want to go to Ivy League schools or this top whatever. I mean, if your heart is in those schools, apply for them. But if your heart is in just a particular university within your state, I mean, I've met people who've done awesome, who are doing awesome in the community, and they didn't attend the top schools. I've gotten awesome people who've also doing awesome things, who've attended top schools. So again, just go within you, have a self-reflection. So I applied to 4 universities. Again, remember, I've been trying to work hard on my procrastination, and that's another reason I didn't apply to. Nowadays, I'm doing much better. So I would encourage you, and that's why when you check my previous video, the checklist, I mentioned that you should prepare well, have good time. I know most universities, they'll be having the deadline around November. Take your time, research through. Remember, I told you the application, collegeexpress.com. It will help you identify those universities. Apply to as I've seen from reviews and all that. Most students who've shared with me, they've applied 8 to 10. 8 to 10. Some people are like, what? 8 to 10? At least 8 to 10 universities. And I know the next question you'll ask me is, how do I get to pay application fee? Good news. Most of those universities, you can request for application waiver. But they comment below and tell me if you want me to share with you some of the universities that will not require application fee, or how to even go about getting a waiver from those universities. So go forward, request for application fee waiver, and apply to at least 10 or 8. Don't be like me. I was lucky, because I wrote a very serious personal statement. I wrote a very serious extracurricular activity, and also generally I try as much as possible to give everything I do the best I can. So those played a key role in getting me admitted to my current university, and those wonderful universities that also gave me admission, but I could divide myself into 4. So I really appreciate them for taking their time to also give me the scholarship and also admit me into the university. I so love the university I'm in. Another tip I will share is target schools that are having new programs. How do you get to know about schools that are having new programs? Go to their website, check on their programs. You already know where you want to major in. Maybe you want to major on, I don't know what you want to major in. You know what you want to major in. And if you want help, again, comment on the, reach out on the comments, send me an email. And guys, if you have not subscribed and you are with me after this, my 5th tip, please subscribe. I told you I've gone into this crazy bet. I need to have at least 600 subscribers before the end of October. But of most importance is that subscribe if you find this content important. If you see whatever I'm sharing is of importance and it can help somebody else. By you subscribing, it makes us reach out to many people because it will be recommended, and also it makes us impact as many. But my mission is, even if one person gets impacted by what I share, I go home and sleep well. So thank you for subscribing, thank you for commenting, and thank you for liking my work. I'm so grateful, and I'm just enjoying this journey. So we are talking about new programs, So go to the website, check on the school's program, reach out to them. They always respond. I know universities here in the US, I know UK, Canada, Australia, even where you are, when you reach out to them, there's always a way that you can reach out to your university, and there's always a way that they will get back to you. Be proactive. Reach out to them and ask them, I want to do this. Is it a new program? I've seen you have a new program in the university. How do you go about it? Why the new program? Because normally many people don't know about them, so they get to have limited students, and the admission acceptance is always high. They always also have scholarship opportunity, and because it's a new program, it's a higher chance for you, so take advantage of that. Tip number 6 is early submission. Again, caveat to this, it is not cast on stone. There's every university has its own policy. Some of them don't consider early submission, some of them consider early submission, but what works best? The average best is early submission. And when you submit early, you're in a position to know whether your feedback will come early, and you're also in a position to know what are the next steps. And it just makes you understand better how to work. I know a lot of universities give scholarship in their early admission. Once it reaches the deadline, and I think they still have a window for you to send your applications. Most of these applications never get it to scholarship. This is again from interviewing other students and getting to know what works best for them. So for me, I would encourage you to just do early submission and just get it done with. Get it done with. Do something else. You have a lot of things to do. Save the world. Be on a mission to impact this world. So early submission, I'll encourage early submission. Number 7 is that you have to have great standardized tests. Great, awesome standardized tests. These are SATs, ACTs, GRE, GMAT, TOEFL, whatever that is required. The good news is most universities are getting, actually I say good news because I don't believe in those standardized tests, but they've been there for over so many years, and they've helped so many schools identify the students they want to admit. So if your school requires you to do standardized tests, go for it and do the best you can out of it. Make it best, because I've seen, and out of research, I've seen some students get scholarship just through their standardized tests, because the institutions have scholarship to identify good, great students who performed well. So it will earn you admission, it will earn you scholarship. Why not? How people go about it is that they do revision tests, they go onto YouTube. I know there are so many companies and organizations that are helping students have great standardized tests. Just check on either ACT or SAT, check on GMAT, check on GRE, this either through Google. Join the community, Facebook community, join Instagram, join communities that are encouraging one another, and watch YouTubes on how to pass this. And there's so many ways to go about it. Tip number 8 is share your vision with the admission committee. As I shared earlier, these people are human beings. They want to connect with you. They want to know when you come and be a student with them, what's going to be next? you know, after completing your studies, are you going to progress your awesome work? Are you going to end your work by just completing the university? So keep, as you do your purpose of statement, your essays, keep on telling them, you know, way forward. When you come, either, I remember I shared with my university, I would initiate programs like Swahili programs. Actually, right now, I am a Swahili instructor, you know, within my university, and I do awesome work, amazing work. So you share with your university your vision, why the university will benefit from you, and why you will benefit from the university, and what's your impact, what do you want to impact with your knowledge, where do you want to take your knowledge moving forward when you graduate, what are the next steps, you know. Make it as clear, make it as relatable, make it as impactful, and again I always say quantify whatever you say, quantify whatever you do, because it makes your achievement just stand out. Tip number 9 is have a friend proofread your work. This is people always, you know, when you do your writing, you write like you're the best writer in the world, but when you read what you've written, like at times you just get shocked by, you know. So when you have somebody, maybe a personal friend, maybe a friend, a relative, a professor. I know within my university we have a career office, and the career office is very helpful in terms of, you know, helping us do this kind of work. We have research office, so explore the opportunities and the people you have within your network who will be able to proofread your work. So don't just submit your work before having somebody proofread. Why is this important? They'll identify grammatical error. They'll identify the flow of your content, whether your content is flowing or not. They'll identify some of the things that I remember some of the essays from various universities tend to be like closely connected. So some people copy paste, you know, maybe whatever you did for Harvard, you copy pasted it from Stanford, and you forgot to edit out Harvard, and you sent to Stanford, and like, okay, this student wants to go to Harvard. Reject, you know. So you just don't want to put yourself in such situations. So just as you can, as much as you can, have somebody proofread your work. It will save you, again, a lot of embarrassment, a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of money. Tip number 10 is always know your why. Why is it appearing in my tip? My why was my driving force. When you know your why, not even time that you're going to use to apply to those 8-10 university will even count. Not even the money will count for you. Not even the energy, not even, you know, the people you reach out to. Because when your why is driving the agenda, you'll give your application the best. You'll give your work the best. You'll reach out to the best of, you know, the people you want to reach out to. You'll put the best foot forward. Know your why. Why do you want to do your bachelor study? Why do you want to progress from high school to go to college? Why do you want to go in and do your master's? Is it important? Do you want to do it right now? Is it important to even progress to PhD? Why do you want to do it? You know, when you know your why, even your essays, your application process will be made much easier, because applying for colleges, universities, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's a tough journey, but it's worth it, especially when you know your why. So know your why. Why are you doing this? And when you know your why, the process will be easy. I told you, the process will be awesome. You'll enjoy the process. Maybe not. You'll enjoy the process anyway, just to tell you the truth. You will love it. Again, those are my 10 tips. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned. I hope there's something that's related to you. I hope there's something new that you got to find from this video. Before I finish, I want to let you know that all these things are not the gospel truth. Some have, you know, like I have compiled out of research, out of experience, out of interviews and all that, and I've come up with 10 tips. There's some that are not here, and don't think that I've conclusively done this field. If you have other tips that I've not included here, please put it in the comment. If you see there's any tip that you don't understand and you want clarification on, please put it in the comment. I will clarify, or send me an email. If there's anything that you feel like worth expanding, worth talking about, maybe a follow-up question or something that you want me to touch on. Maybe you want me to touch on how to do a recommendation letter, how to do which universities have application fee waived, how to go about it. If you want anything in this, I'm going to share this during this period. I'm going to share a lot about applications, opportunities, scholarships, and all that. I know I've been sharing series about nonprofits and leadership, and so my channel is just about leadership. It's just about growth, personal growth, career growth, education, and all that. So take advantage of this channel. And again, your academic performance is good, but it's not everything. So take advantage of some of the things I've shared and include them in your application. As I shared, there's more to the tips, but I can cast my vote on the tips that I've shared. So I'm very confident that they are going to help you, and they're going to give you admission, and they're going to give you scholarship. If you want me to review your application before you send it, again, reach out to me in good time. But make sure you subscribe. Now, reach out to me in good time. I will help you if I have time, because I'm currently studying. I'm currently also a graduate assistant. I'm doing my research assistant within the university. So I'm employed within the university, so I have my work to do. And I'm also in the process of my application also to progress, hopefully, to my PhD level. So it's a lot of, there are a lot of things involved beyond, some other activities that I also do, and also my, so there's quite a lot. So that's it for me. From me to you guys, thank you so much. Please subscribe to my channel. Subscribe. If you subscribe to my channel, thank you so much. You motivate me to do more of these videos, because all these I do it for free, and I don't mind it. Even if it's just one person, I don't mind it. I just love sharing information, because I believe information is power, and when one person empowers another, and another empowers another, a whole community is empowered. So thank you so much, and be blessed.